Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Welcome. We have a lot of familiar faces here, and I'm very excited to just call you guys out. And
yes,
of course, you saw the reason for this live was because we hit the milestone of 100,000.
Well, that was pretty much, it was a week ago, but today we got the award.
Yes, we got it in the mail today, and very excited. Now we're even at 101,000. So
that's crazy.
It's crazy how quickly we're moving.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give quick shout outs to those who are here in the comments. Monster Sound deserves a big shout out because he was the first comment in the live. Of course, we have Raider Fan.
Yes.
We have David Hess, and very grateful to have you guys. El Chucky presente. Muchísimas gracias a todos. También, claro que queremos hablar poquito en español. We want to speak a little bit in Spanish because, of course, big fans we have from Spanish-speaking countries. Tenemos muchos fans.
I love it. They're asking, oye Chucky, que si te gusta The Warning.
Yeah, Raider Fan te preguntó si te gustaba The Warning. We also have Jim X. Thank you so much for being here. So many of you guys are here with us. Ubercast, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Graybeard
Music Man.
We also have Frank.
Yay, Frank.
Mackie.
Those are the two people that we actually know in person.
Yes.
Frank, Graybeard, Lee. You guys know Lee by now. But Lee is at Red Rocks, so I'm sure he's going to try and make it.
Yes, of course. Yeah. We also have Scott Anderson here. Thank you so much. Roger Howard and Matt.
Matt!
Is in
oh
the
my
house.
God!
Well,
I haven't seen Matt in a while.
Jeffrey Cook. Thank you for the congrats. Thank you, everyone, for all of your love and support. David Molina.
Oh my God.
Hello. And well, thank you guys so much for really getting us here to 100,000. We did a part of it, and then of course you guys did the most important part, which is pushing that button. And if somehow you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed, please make sure to do so.
It's crazy because there's like all these features on YouTube, and you can see you can't see who's not subscribed, but you can see the amount of people that watch the channel, and it's 80% still to this day are not subscribed. But I get it because I watch a lot of stuff and I scroll through, and I watch a video and then I never watch it again, and those count as people that watch the channel and are not subscribed. So I guess that's also what happens,
Graybeard, very sweet note. I'm happy for you both. Very deserving. It's been a great ride with you, and we love you too. Thank you so much. And look, speaking of percentages and numbers, S Powers left a very cool little fact here. Only about 0.5% of all YouTube channels in existence reach 100,000. So that makes me feel really good. Less than 1% get to where we are because, of course, stupidly, how human beings do, we sometimes our heads go to these places where, well, 1 million, or like 500,000 or 1 million or 4 million or 30 million, like. These are, of course, big numbers, but just to say 100,000, that's a lot of people.
Yes, because the other day we were sitting in a stadium, and when we watched Foreigner, and I was like, how many people fit in here?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like curious because it was so many, and then you looked it up, 20,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is crazy. So 5 times the amount of those people that we saw are subscribe to the channel, and I was like, oh my God,
Exactly.
So,
exactly. Like it's really crazy because even when we got to 1,000.
No, when we got to 100.
When we got to 100.
That was a victory. I made a big deal about it. I made the little kid with
You can see that thumbnail still.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still on the channel, and we said thank you so much for 100 subscribers, and I thought the world was like, oh God, like
Yes.
we've officially made it, you know. And then when we hit 1,000, I couldn't believe it. I
know.
And then it was just,
and then
you know,
10, and then 30, and 50.
30 when you at your 30th
my
birthday.
30th,
And there's this awesome video. If you haven't seen it, Alexia jumped out of an airplane that day on her birthday. Crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe she did it because I would not. Yeah, it's still on the channel.
Yeah, we're very, very grateful because it's gone. It feels like extremely quickly, but at the same time,
it did take.
You know, it did take. Narvik is in the house.
Narvik.
Yeah, sorry.
Hallo, wie geht's?
Hallo, Narvik.
Speak a little German. Come, you're drinking German.
Oh, yes. Well, I haven't opened it yet because I wanted to cheer with all of you. It's still sealed. But yes, I have meine Paulaner Deutsche Bier. Ich liebe Mochte.
No, but you say ich liebe Helles.
Ich liebe Helles. Yeah, I didn't say Mochte. I meant to say
Möchte, but as I want.
Yeah, ich liebe große. Like a lot. You know? Viel. Yes. But yes, thank you guys so much.
Unglaublich. Mackie. Mackie's in the house.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. You guys are talking about shows that you're watching, but here we have.
I'll pray to the fishing gods. We're watching a show with a lot of gods.
Oh, yes. Richard Rawls is here. He says from England, he loves our stuff. It's great to rehear tunes. Yes, that's exactly what we love to do as well. Because
that's how we started with the 70s. Well, actually, our first video was a 90s, not 80s hit, In Your Eyes, right? Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
And then we started with the Prague,
right,
which was 96, and then we went to the 70s because people were like, you know, you should play some 70s stuff. Here's like, some Genesis.
Here's some ELP from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was...
Yes. Michael Gray is also in the house. Thank you guys so much. I know this was very impromptu. We didn't really know that this was, we knew that this was coming and happening, but we just today got the notification, delivered, you know, and we even knew since yesterday that this was going to arrive, but we're like, we don't want to announce because what if it doesn't get here? What if it's delayed or something? Lord, So, yeah, as soon as we saw delivered, we were like,
thank you, Scott, for saying that here. That is so sweet because that means a lot.
Yes, it does. It does. Rob G is in the house. Thank you so much. A lot of hard work went into it. We both deserve, of course. You were here 90% of the journey since you were at 9K. Wow. That's when you discovered us. That's interesting. You guys should say what we were at when you discovered us.
Yeah,
that is fun. I
but
like that.
That's hard to remember, no?
If you do, yeah. I feel like we tend to remember some channels, like
yes,
when we started watching.
You know, I always had like a channel in mind that I wanted to, not out of spite or anything. It's just like I had like this goal, like when you run a marathon, right? You have a certain goal, like this car, or not a marathon. But when you run and you're like, okay, I'm going to get to that house or that place.
Yes.
So there were all these channels I knew from years ago. And I was like, wow, I think the next channel is going to be this channel. And to be bigger than that channel. But not in a bad way.
Yeah,
it just was like to have a physical goal, you know?
Yes.
And then when I would reach that, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Amazing, huh?
You know, and that's why I would do that throughout the entire time. Just like mentally.
I love it. Yeah, we all kind of do that, I guess. We set like these little...
With everything in life, I guess. You know.
So Tony No Shots is here. He says, I caught on to y'all early on, only a couple of thousand. You've always been a joy to watch, and especially Yes and Genesis. Woo!
That, I mean, if I'm honest, if you would ask me what's the musical band that hit me the most, and I got the most out of, I would say, for me, it's Genesis.
Yeah.
But literally, like, right there below is Steely Dan.
Yeah. It's a tough competition.
It's so bad because I don't want to give them less credit. I think they're equally as talented and they're just different. Yeah. So I can't really say, I would say Steely Dan and Genesis both are
your favorite discovery of
yeah.
since we started the channel.
But I mean, there's so much other stuff. Renaissance, the other stuff that I didn't know, and Rainbow and Deep Purple, and I mean, there's so many names, and I even there's so much that I even forget some, you know, some bands.
Yeah.
But I always remember the covers. That's kind of what kind of saves me. But what's yours?
My favorite discovery since starting the channel, oh man, that's so hard. But I think it would have to be Steely Dan, because it's brought us so much joy, you know? And yes, I think that it was, because it came out of nowhere. We didn't even know the name. We'd never heard of Steely Dan or anything.
I remember when I asked you that night, I was like, do you know Steely Dan? Like, what is that? And I thought, it's so funny because I thought it was one man who played a steel string guitar. And I was like, that must be incredibly boring.
Yes.
Because it's just one man. But that was like my thought. But I saw this Indian couple and they were reacting to Steely Dan. I was like, what is Steely Dan? Oh, that has a lot of views. And yeah. But I think also, I think your second, I don't know, but you enjoy a lot of Rush.
I do.
I think way more than I do.
You're right.
I think that is your progressive, like, I think that's your go-to when it's about progressive rock. And I think since I had listened to so much progressive metal before, I tend to go more towards like stuff that's not so heavy, like Genesis. Or Steely Dan, and yeah. I just find yourself listening to Rush more than I do.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes, you're totally right. I do. We have Lightmain in the house.
Hey.
Hello. And yeah, Jeffrey Cook said he's been with us since the first video, he believes. So does that mean like that was the first video you ever discovered, or you were there on the day that we posted it? Like, I'm very curious because, yeah, we have posted a lot since then. So if we can find one person who subscribed since then, it's awesome. Felipe, saludos hasta Chile. Saludos.
Y pongo un alien.
Sí.
Muy bien.
Ay, qué bien. Frank says he discovered us in April 2021, but no clue how many subs we had at that time. My dad is here. Woo!
Hey!
Hello! Bernard is here from Montreal. Hello! And
I was like, because we were in Montreal just one day, so yeah. Unfortunately, I would have loved to stay there, you know.
Yeah.
Spend another day with Frank.
Yeah, it was nice.
And Alex, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yes, it was very, very fun. Frank, of course, said he started to follow us because of Rush. We knew
Makes sense. Yes.
And Mackie asks if our analytics showed. No. It really, sometimes if you're publicly subscribed, I think it asks you when you subscribe. Then, or I think it's a setting in your.
It's so funny because I've never seen that. That's such a good question because I'm subscribed to a lot of stuff, but I wonder
if it shows.
It never really asked me, do you want to show if you're publicly subscribed?
Maybe it's in your YouTube profile settings, like do you want to show publicly who you're subscribed to? And if you say yes, then it comes up with something, and then we hover over and it says how long you've been subscribed.
Right, yeah, some of you guys show up just the name, and some of you guys show up with a red, like a red button.
Oh yes.
That we can hover over, and then it says subscribed since 1 year ago.
Yes.
But that's all the information. We don't really have anything personal or,
Yes.
Which is, I think, correct. You know?
Yeah, and it doesn't show like, oh, subscribed since April 7th, 2021.
No.
It just says 2 years, 3 years, 2 weeks, 1 day, 5 days.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Ballparking.
Yeah, exactly. My dad says congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. 101,000 now.
Oh, right. Yes, already. And going on 102.
Yes.
Really
and
fast.
Graveyard says, I started following you guys because of the lovely Michelle.
Yes.
Oh.
And she's not around today.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately.
I know. It's so sad. We miss her very much.
Yeah.
Dave is here. Hello, Dave. I think he started watching with Roundabout. but didn't do any marathons, and now I'm addicted.
Okay.
We're well aware and we love it, Dave. Keep them coming. We love it.
Where's JK?
Oh, Stella in the house.
Stella!
Hello,
Oh my God! Yay.
dancing and singing gal.
I like it. I like that.
I love it. And tomorrow, we may go live while we're there. Gonna watch Stella hopefully perform at this awesome
the jazz icon.
Yes.
The jazz icon.
Yes. What's her name? The jazz icon.
Wait. You just
so
told me.
eagerly.
Wait.
Speak up.
Oh, you put me on the spot. We said no putting on the spot. Wait. Her name is?
Hazel Miller.
Hazel. Because I said hazelnut. You know,
Yeah.
So yeah, Hazel Miller. If you know Hazel Miller, she's very famous.
Yes, and Stella might be able to get on stage with her.
Stella has jammed with her twice, so Stella's already a different category here of musicianship.
Exactly, yes,
so,
she is.
Yeah, kudos to Stella.
Charge 70 is asking, have you already heard Gilmore's first solo album, 1978?
Yes, we did the full thing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
On Patreon.
You're totally right. It's on Patreon.
Yes.
And by the way, if you are on Patreon, you'll know that today, for our La Familia Casa Nostra and Dan members who get 2 full albums a month, we reacted to Hotel California.
And then, I mean, we've heard, and a lot of people are like,
or Motel USA.
Motel, Baja California.
Motel Baja.
No, but yeah, I mean, and we'd heard, Hotel California hundreds of times, right? But never have I didn't even acknowledge, the lyrics were basically a blur, but all the stuff that I heard, the bass, you had never heard the bass, you said.
Never.
And then all the different lines, like the lead guitars harmonizing, the drums, it was literally a reggae song. It was and it was literally, and I was just blown away how when you pay a lot of attention and you're like laser focused on something, it sounds so different. So give it another shot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I'm sure, must be like, oh God, Hotel California, not again.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a great album.
It was wonderful. And yeah, I mean,
we only knew 3 songs though.
Exactly. And like Frank says, it'll be taken down. We don't believe that it'll be taken down from Patreon because we researched it beforehand and we typed in like Hotel California reaction Patreon.
There were like 5 people who had it up.
Exactly. And it was like, oh, it's been up there for 2 years, 3 years, however long. So we're like, you know what? Let's do it. This is something we absolutely cannot do on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we wanted to share it, and boy, it was an experience. So if you're there, check it out. Exactly. The Eagles blog on YouTube, we've even come to call them the Falcons, because we're afraid even by mentioning them, we might get in trouble. Yeah, it's just like
I think it's just, it's the Eagles, but it's just the Don.
Yes.
Don and
Don Henley.
And unfortunately Robert Fripp.
Yes, exactly.
And I mean,
Robert did follow us to Patreon.
Yes, he took it down from Patreon. He went the extra mile. But I get it, you know, it's all fair, it's all good, but
you can download the Eagles anytime, but you can never hear. I love it. That's amazing. Yeah. And Raider, thank you very much. If you are saying this, it's because you obviously saw the short clip that we posted last night. Jam session.
She is so good. She has so much talent. And I think a lot of people might think that she's been playing way longer than she has, but she hasn't. She's a complete, beginner, and she's playing already these lines. I'm very proud of you. And yesterday, that video, I was just blown away that you kept the time, the rhythm.
Oh, guys, if you see the end of that video, I'm laughing. And the video still lasted a little bit longer. We had to cut it to 1 minute for the short, but if you could see the extended version, I was just trying to hold in my laughter so much because several things are happening. Number one, I'm getting what they call a jam smile, right? I'm so happy that this is actually working, and Nick is sounding so good, and I'm like, do not look over at him, Alexia. Whatever you do not look over. Do not lose focus. You're going to lose your time, because the other recordings, it was a little bit harder for me to like.
But no, we did like this whole thing before. We played a little bit, and I taught her just to keep her time with her foot. Just keep the time.
And that's what I was trying to do.
And there's some silences in that bass line that you have to usually. First, I was like, just play it, but play it as a slap, like like just hit the string.
It's a good groove.
And then after a couple of times, you kind of like got that silence, and then you had it, and then we recorded.
Exactly.
So it was pretty much not a lot of rehearsal.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just a couple like little.
And everything that I played was just
But
random.
look, Raider says, she's great, Nick, but you were amazing on that short. I know, and that's how I was like, Alexia, don't lose focus. Don't lose focus, Mr. Wondrous in the house and with a super chat. Thank you very much. He says, congratulations, y'all. Ever get those books? So we actually have a few packages here that we have yet to unbox besides the big one today. But we'll probably be doing that on another video. And I remember reading conversations where you said you were going to send the book, so thank you. And I told Nick, I think these are from Mr. Wondrous, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's like also we have such limited space, as you can see.
Yeah, it might look very big, but this room is like packed. Like
it's packed to the gills. So we're very just sometimes like, okay, we need a little break on opening things because we don't have a lot of room to put everything in, but we're grateful for you, and yes, we did receive them. Thank you. We have not yet opened them, though.
But thank you for asking. You can always email us when you send something, and then we can say, yes, it's here, but it might take a little. And also, we want to make like a video that's a little longer where we get more stuff unboxed.
Yes.
Now, this one obviously is just one, and I haven't shown what I have here. So we said to get at least 50 viewers, and then we showed.
Well, I was thinking about it, but we're kind of like going down. We're like at 30, 28, right now 36. But if you guys keep watching, maybe at 50, we can show the button. We haven't opened it. It's still closed in this peculiar looking box. And
some people already saw the box, some specific people.
Yes.
But yeah, look, Raven says the room is smaller than you think.
Exactly, the room is smaller than people
Especially with all these instruments, it feels a little. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's still you can still lay down and do yoga or whatever. but it's But we might now make a change in moving everything, the camera to there.
Yeah, we have another little setup here that we don't really.
This wall is not being used, and it's a big wall, and maybe.
Yeah, we might move the whole setup over there. So if one day you see us and everything looks different, let us know.
We're still in the same room.
But we have to it takes a lot of time and things to do it.
Lee!
Woo! Lee is here! Greetings from Red Rocks. Lee is at a concert right now. And very excited because next week we're going to be going to a concert with Lee and Mike on the 4th of July to go see Blues Traveler. At Red Rocks, we get to see the fireworks from up there. I've never been to Red Rocks on the 4th of July, so I'm super excited about that.
So good.
Scott Anderson wants to see button. We got 42 people, 8 more people.
8 more, come on.
8 more people who are watching.
Invite everybody.
Hit like. Or hit. Either one of those works. Everyone hit the like. It'll goose the algorithm.
Well, I'm going to open up this is water, by the way.
I'll open up my beer.
It looks like it could be a beer.
I'll open up my beer.
She has Munich beer.
Yes, my favorite. I have a little streak going.
Helles.
I have a little streak since we...
Okay, we're going to wait for everyone. Please get your drinks.
Yes, get your drinks. Whatever you're drinking, if it's water or
coffee,
soda or whatever it is. Heidi says, I found your channel when Nick heard Joni Mitchell for the first time. I love that one.
That was pretty
totally lost it. And
you should have warned me.
We've made a lot of friends because of this video.
Yes.
Including Jim Dolan, who allowed us to stay at his house. and it was
In Puerto
wonderful in Puerto Vallarta. It's been twice now that we've stayed there, and
he has even told me, "Thank you for making me cry," and I'm like, "Oh my God, it was not my intention."
I know. He's like,
But
"That's how I found you, and I knew you were good people." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Oh, that's sweet." Okay, Bernard has his drink. I hope everyone else drinks.
Oh, you're drinking this?
David says you're drinking the very same water that I'm drinking.
Yes.
So cheers, my love.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Thank you, everyone. And yes, Scott. This or
Let's see how this sounds.
Jeffrey. Ooh, yum. Oh, this is very good. I love it. I love it. Yes, nice and fizzy. And mine doesn't fizz.
Okay,
But
this
you
is
can
like
hear
what
me
is
slurp.
it? What is this called?
ASMR.
ASMR. Okay.
Oh man.
I've got a diet.
Yeah, David says it's a polar orange vanilla.
Yes,
That's
yes. That's my favorite flavor. Like if I can drink
Yes.
this until the end of time,
Yeah.
better than soda.
That's
No
hilarious.
sugar, no calories, no salt, no sodium.
It's awesome. You guys-
It's a bit gassy. I like the LaCroix a little bit
Oh,
better,
yeah.
but they don't have the flavor.
Mhm.
And the other ones,
Bubbly.
the bubblies, also the flavors are good, actually better. But this is just my favorite
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I
And,
agree.
Yeah.
So we have MV Unit 3, aka Tony, aka Antonio,
Antonio.
aka Pirates of
Of
the
the
Underground. His new.
Well, even the font, like
I know. How does
Tony,
he do it? It's.
what are you
amazing.
doing here?
He
Look
said
at
he
this
was about
font.
to watch Redemption. I think you're really gonna like Redemption.
If you
don't
like
know
Shadow
them,
Gallery,
you're gonna like it, Tony.
you're gonna love it.
It's right up
and
your
actually,
alley.
Dave, was it David
Yes.
who was watching Shadow Gallery right now? No, wait a minute.
Oh, Michael.
Michael, yeah.
said he was listening to Shadow
Thank you
Gallery.
so much for getting
Bye,
back.
Lee.
Bye.
Have a fun time. Adios. Yes. So we have who else? Oh, David says he's addicted to polars.
Oh yeah, it's such a good you know, when you wake up at night and you're hungry, you just drink a polar and you're good. It's literally like instead of eating, you just have a little bit of gas.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
water, and I think it helps.
It really hits the spot, I think. Oh, Tony says he's seen Redemption twice and had their first 5 albums. Of course you have, Tony.
And I'm sure he has all the Shadow Gallery albums. Even Room 5, which is not on Spotify, it's my favorite one.
Wow.
Room 5.
Really?
Yes.
Shadow Gallery album?
Yes.
Well, we haven't done enough Shadow Gallery together, but you have an upcoming reaction of Shadow Gallery.
No. Yes. We have. I mean, it's already been filmed. It's going to be very, very cool, and it has a special
Guess. You'll never guess.
Yeah, but he told me that word and I messed it up, and then I said, "This is the 4th take." Invite. No. Invite. How do you say it?
Invite.
Invite.
No, wait.
No.
Invitee.
Invitee. And so I would keep saying, "Oh, we have a special invitee," and he's like, "Invitee." And so I messed it up, and then at the end, I didn't even say the word anymore.
Yes, I know.
But yeah, that's a Shadow Gallery reaction. 30 minutes long.
Yep.
Really, really cool.
Yes, very, very cool.
To someone who had never heard Shadow Gallery before.
Yeah, and it was
a
a long
prog
prog epic.
Yes.
Very,
very,
very good.
cool. Very, very cool. Oh, where's Marty?
Oh, I don't know where he is. I think he's hiding
I think we're
somewhere,
standing on the
Angel.
mic. Oh,
Raider says
can
we
you
missed.
move back for a second?
Oh, sorry. Raider says we missed Mario. My dad's saying how proud of you he is. Oh, I didn't see that. Cat's out of the bag. Alexia. Where is that comment?
Sometimes we just miss, there's so many comments and they go by so quickly that we don't.
Yeah, I saw this one that he put. Hold on. Here, congrats. And then that's it. I don't see another. Maybe it got blocked or something for some weird reason. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Frank says 30-minute song, 90-minute reaction. I'm done by night.
Oh yeah, totally.
Classic.
There's a lot to say.
Classic.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Not just my intros are like 10 minutes though.
Yes. I know.
But I mean, it's
great. I know our Hotel California intro was.
Our Hotel California intro is like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's so much to talk about. But we also talked about the acolytes that the album had, the impact, the change of musicians and style. And,
Yes.
So it's not just like us talking about nonsense.
Yes, exactly.
And I take so long with the intros because I really want to introduce the music properly and the person that requests it, and and people, they can always fast forward. Yeah, it's very personal.
No, even Frank said we're here for it.
Yeah,
we love it.
That's
why
Frank.
They love us.
I love doing the marathons with Frank.
Yeah. I think everyone's got their style of marathons, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Yes, some people like to give some information. Some people give no information at all. And then some like do your own research, go in blind,
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all, honestly.
Yeah, I think that it's very awesome when you guys theme marathons according to something or someone, or it's very awesome that you guys are able to do
Dave
that.
and JK are very good at that. Like, and Michael, I haven't seen Michael.
Yeah, Michael Gray was here.
No, but Michael, well, I never said the last names because of privacy.
Of course.
But Michael, who requests a lot of marathons. But yeah, all you guys have your own style. Graybeard has his style, but he just chooses stuff that more personal to him.
Yeah.
So everybody has their style.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I know. I agree. I love that you guys all take the time and make them and sponsor them, and
and it's just so difficult to put a marathon together because you want it to be perfect, and then you keep changing stuff, and that's what I've done when I do a marathon. I'm like, maybe this is not as good. I could be better, and then you change stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's show at least what the box looks like.
Okay, so first glimpse.
Let's show.
This is what we got.
This is exactly what we got.
Whoa. So you see this here? This was a giant sticker
with our
private
address.
So I had to peel it off, but I do that usually with everything that I buy. I take off.
He's the sticker peeler. He's a master. You won't even know that there was ever a sticker there. Whenever I buy something. If she buys something and she doesn't want a sticker on there because she doesn't like how it looks, I take sometimes 30 minutes. Does it all.
But you won't notice, and I even do to
get all the sticky stuff.
And this
pretty
is the
good.
Box. This is the box.
The tracking said it weighed approximately 3 pounds. So I would say this is about 3 pounds.
So maybe this makes more people connect.
Yeah.
If YouTube sees this and they're like, they're about, because they're monitoring us, right? And they're like, hey, get more people. No,
and you guys can hit the like button, make sure to keep this going. But this is very exciting, and I never thought that, I don't want to say never. When we started the channel, I didn't have the intention of getting to 100,000. I just had the intention of listening to music, sharing music, discovering, new stuff, and
it was never about 100,000. I think the 100,000 idea came into mind when we had 30,000. That's what I was like, if we keep doing this, I think we might someday. Yes.
When we got to 10, I think, or 30, I was like, okay. Yeah. This is happening. We just have to do this. When it was 30, we have to do this 3 more times. And
I talked to one of my friends, and when we had about 2,000, and I was like, we have a YouTube channel where we react to music. Oh, really? And then how is that? It's so much fun. And then I don't know, he talked about something about YouTube. It's really difficult, YouTube,
the YouTube
to get
game.
Subscribers, and the YouTube game and the algorithm. And then he said, I guess you're a big channel once you hit, I think, 100,000. And I'm like, Oh my god.
Yeah, that seemed like
at 2,000
a lot, huh?
subscribers, I was like, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, and like we were talking about before, we would watch YouTube channels of whatever that had 30,000.
They were like so big.
That was big. That was like, wow. Okay.
Those were like, that's a different
And then once
level.
you're there, you're like, you know, it's crazy how it happens, because once you're there, it's like, okay, this is just part of the way now.
And it feels so crazy because now we have this check mark, this great check mark.
Oh yeah.
So now when we leave a comment anywhere on YouTube, there's this check mark. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Although I'm not the person who leaves nasty comments on a channel, but it's just more visible.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It pops out more, you know, when a name has the check mark. BMAC in the house. He said he almost missed this. He didn't get the announcement. We'll show the box once again.
Once again.
And we are happy to have you here, BMAC. We're happy for all of you guys. Bernard, we love you too. We are so happy.
Let's talk about the future.
Yes. The future.
The future. No, so we were thinking of maybe adding some different content. Actually, I guess you're gonna see Alexia, of course.
More bass.
More bass. You know, we want to do our original music, but yeah, I think we even talked to Frank today about this, like reacting to other stuff, maybe interviews.
Oh yeah.
We tried the movie thing, and I mean, it's kind of like harder to watch like a 2-hour movie and then remember everything.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't have the time to kind of like talk about it, and then it kind of fades away. The experience of the movie. Yeah. It's almost like you have to watch it and then in the
or be taking notes.
Yeah, and that's what people do. The people that dedicate their channel to reviewing movies, I'm sure they take notes, and the weaker the plot, the weaker stuff, so yeah, that's a little bit different. But I think in the moment reacting to like, oh, this is like the most important interview of John Lennon or something. Yeah, that would be kind of like if you would like that, you know.
Yeah, I think BMAC is still insisting that we do a Limitless movie. And for some reason, insisting on this random movie, Limitless.
With Robert De Niro.
Who knows? Like, who knows? Like. Yeah, and like me, this is another thing. I have no idea how this happens or how it's allowed. I've seen cuts, you know,
that
where
they react to a full movie, but they only react.
It's like when I make trailers.
But they only react to like. So let's say it says like person reacting to Terminator 2, right? And they only react to like when the Terminator first appears, when he's running. Like they edit it. It's heavily edited, and I don't know how the studios don't take it down, but they also cover it up sometimes.
Or like Lightman said, the editing must take a long time, because whenever I make trailers, oh my gosh, it's so hard for me, because it's like, okay, 40 minutes to an hour is usually what the full albums last, and now I have to choose the best like minute of this. This is insane. This is so hard. So of course, with a movie, you don't have to narrow it down to a minute. We could probably do like an 8-minute, maybe 10-minute movie review out of the 2-hour movie, but I would go crazy editing that and like wanting to put everything in there.
We did 2 movie reviews. We reviewed very funnily too. What's again?
Whiplash. Yeah.
Whiplash, and because it was just such and Glorious Bastards.
Yes, you're right.
Tarantino.
Yeah, we did do like a conversation video about that one. So that one was good. Jeffrey T.
So Dave doesn't know about Limitless. He's like, it's a good movie. Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro.
I wasn't. Jeffrey T. in the house.
I'm gonna do a reaction to that movie, and then you'll see.
David says, very sweet compliment. Your kindness is so nice and enjoyable. Oh, that is so sweet, David. Thank you very much. And Dave, now we can address Dave. Goof Flick, no, I'm just kidding. Good Flick, Bradley Cooper and David, did you, Greybeard is leaving. Did you want to mention that?
Yeah, okay, I saw thank that. You. Oh, House of Dragons, don't spoil anything.
Bye, Greybeard.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, Limitless is just a funny little inside joke that we have going on, because you're in the movie
Yes.
with Bradley Cooper and De Niro. So, little like tidbit
How it
here.
happened?
Well, I just wanted to address it and why.
Yeah.
You know.
It's it was an amazing experience, but all in all, it's like it is what it is with Hollywood. They do a lot of stuff, and then a lot of it gets cut, and that was just my experience, unfortunately. And but it was still fun. I still have a line in the movie, and
you're
a
in the
couple
trailer.
I'm more in the trailer than in the actual
So if you
movie.
look up Limitless trailer,
You get the full experience. You don't need to see anything.
Try to find Nick. He's there like 4 times, and it's so funny. We've gotten, I think it's just happened once, honestly, this comment that said, hey, on a random video, I don't know, hey, I just watched this movie Limitless, and I swear you look like the guy's friend in that movie. Like, please tell me, is this you?
Yeah.
And that is so crazy because, like, to not even know you and then go look for the movie, right? But to, like, somehow watch the movie.
I've seen this guy on YouTube.
Then come across you after watching the movie and making that connection. That's amazing.
But I remember when I was working for Bank of America, my supervisor, she asked me, "Are you in like this movie called Limitless?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Oh my God, how was that? And it's so funny. But yeah, it's come up a couple of times.
I know. My dad says, you know so much about movies, it's a perfect fit for you guys, par for the course.
Yeah.
I know my dad's been wanting us to do movie, like,
yeah, and we do know a lot about actors and movies and just,
yeah,
we should do more.
We do. We might need like a little, because what often happens to us is we forget, like, what's happening, or the movie titles, and so we might need like a little droid here speaking in our ear. When you're like, what's the movie with that guy?
Yeah.
What's his name? You know the
And
one that always does this.
I know, and
like,
it's super funny because it's usually the same names that I keep forgetting.
I know, and that's why I'm always like, I have like my predetermined buttons.
Yeah.
Eric Meredith is in the house.
Yay!
Hello,
Congratulations once more.
Hello. Oh, and David, look at this. Adorable. I'm going to get my bullhorn and go outside and yell at people to turn on NicknLex's YouTube channel.
What is this?
I love it. Have you ever watched the movie reaction channel Popcorn in Bed?
Oh.
Never seen it. She has almost 400,000 subscribers now. Awesome.
I like that title.
That is awesome. I like it too. Very catchy.
You should check her out.
Popcorn in Bed. I like it.
We can't do that though. We can't have popcorn in bed because, like.
Why?
I mean, do we do popcorn in bed?
Well, we don't really eat popcorn unless we go to the movies. We don't really eat in
bed. That's the thing.
Well, sometimes I'll have a cereal or something, you know. But yeah.
The Big Lebowski. Oh man, I've seen that movie so many times. I love it. That's one of my favorite movies.
I know. And
it's so funny when people are like, I saw The Big Lebowski and it wasn't funny. It's not supposed to be funny. It's not. I mean, it's like a dark comedy. It's like, it has its own humor within the movie.
Right.
It's not like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Or it's not supposed to make you laugh. It makes you laugh the more you watch it.
Right.
You get that kind of like weird sense of humor that the Coen brothers have. Don't you think?
I agree. I think that I've always loved that
because they're geniuses. I mean, how you go from making something like that to No Country for Old Men that doesn't even have a score.
I know.
And you don't even notice it because it's so good.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, The Big Lebowski we could talk about.
We could
for
definitely
hours.
talk about. Aaron Slater. Congrats,
Hey.
guys. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching us and all of your support. Big Fish is definitely a tearjerker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. Every
Tim
time.
Burton, right?
Every time. Yeah. Tim Burton.
They're coming out of Beetlejuice too.
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice. What it's called. Yeah.
That's kind of weird
that.
because it was Beetlejuice, and then he would appear. Oh no, then he would vanish. That was the only way to make him go away.
Yeah. So we're 45 minutes in. Maybe should we think about unboxing or do? Oh look, we're only 6 away.
Yeah, let's
So
see.
we can see if we can
have
hold off
we have room for 6
to the
more.
50 people watching.
Yeah, and I didn't expect more. I mean, we didn't even.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
50 is a reasonable number, and we didn't announce it. We didn't, we only gave you guys 2 hours.
Look.
Lady's birthday is tomorrow! Lady is B-Mac's dog, who is adorable, and she, we are often blessed with pictures of her, and we love her. So, happy birthday to Lady. Marley had his birthday
Recently,
this month. And I was supposed to post about it, but I didn't. Instead, I sent the picture to everyone I know. Didn't post about it. But yes, Raider is absolutely correct. Dogs rule. They rule everything. They should rule our world.
I love how B-Mac is very, he is focused, laser focused on our subscription.
Yes, I know.
It's kind of weird because now it doesn't show the hundreds anymore.
Yes.
It just goes from thousands to thousands.
Yes.
Which is kind of disturbing for everybody else except us. We see the hundreds.
Yeah.
And we see every single one, but you guys only see now 101,000, 102.
Yes.
Before you were able to see the hundreds. But
yes.
Well. How old is the Ewok?
Oh. Stella says Choco and Sparky say hi. Those are my dads.
Sparky.
And dogs. The Ewok is, we've had him since 2018. So we've had him for 6 years.
6 years. And
we don't know how old he was when we got him.
He's a rescue.
He was a rescue. They had no idea his teeth were so bad. They just said,
he could be.
No idea. I could give you a ballpark, but
he's still pretty young because the way he plays and jumps around and moves, he just doesn't seem old at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
So I think he was pretty young when we got him. He just had very bad teeth.
Yeah. Okay, so Scott just said this, which is hilarious. Look what he wrote. That's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, that's what I used in the last and when Lee showed me that song by Genesis, and he said, that's the last great Genesis song.
Yeah.
And I was gonna use that in the thumbnail, but I thought maybe a lot of people
won't get it. And then you explained it to Lee just a few
he's
days
like,
ago.
that is stuff. But what I said is because he's doing this, and I'm just making fun of his opinion. But I was gonna use that line, but I didn't. But yeah, no, there's so many quotable things from The Big Lebowski. It's ridiculous. I think every line is quotable. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, we'll have to see where we put the button. We're thinking instead of hanging it, if it comes with a little stand, maybe putting it where the Rush guys are.
And put the Rush people on a pedestal above, and the button maybe right there.
Yes, that's what we're thinking. Replace Alex, Getty, and Neil right there in that cube, and putting the button there. That way it's visible at all times. It's not going to fall.
Yeah.
But if it comes with a stand, and if it doesn't, we said we might buy one, something that it can lean on and just be safe. Also, because even though we have a lot of things hanging, these aren't our walls, but not that that's stopped us from anything so far. Oh, of course he does, the angel. He deserves some credit on this 101,000.
Today he was literally when we were listening to Hotel California, we were both
snoring at our feet.
But we were using him as a foot mat massage, and he loves it.
I was just
he's the softest object in the house, literally, right? The softest fur or whatever. Yeah,
he's very soft, and he was dreaming, for a second. Down, and I saw his little paws, and then I couldn't hear it because we were listening to the album, but on our program the microphone kept going poof, poof. The microphone was catching his little it was so cute. So everyone's talking about their dogs. Scott's dog,
a lot
Osiris.
Of people do have to go, which is understandable.
Yeah, maybe we should get on it.
I mean, the good thing is you guys can always watch this video, later. It is going to be under the live tab. Yeah. That's where it is. Yeah. So yeah, don't worry, guys. You just do what you have to do. Have a wonderful Saturday. And yeah.
Yeah. Raider says the name Osiris is an awesome dog's name, and I agree. That's my cousin's name, Osiris. Yay! I'm excited. And Charge70 said, I remember when I discovered you and the connection was immediate.
The BR is that Brazil?
Dave is leaving. Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Molto
Thank you,
obrigado.
Dave. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your love and support.
Look, your dad, Franco, wants to
that's
subscribe.
sweet.
He's
That's
going to have a
very
lot
sweet.
of fun.
Am I the elder on your site? 62? Doubtful, Bernard.
No.
Doubtful.
No.
Looks like you're right in with the crowd. I believe everyone here is around that same,
Because of the
age.
music,
Yeah. And Monster Sound wants us to unbox. I kind of want to unbox. I don't know what you think, but
It's okay.
Okay, whenever you decide. And BMAX says, I wouldn't have gotten hooked if you weren't doing prog together like you started. It was so cool seeing young people discover prog from the 70s.
And there's so much left to
Oh my gosh.
so much.
We barely scratched the surface. Like barely.
Yeah. We've kind of like slowed down a little bit on the Steely Dan front because we've listened to it all except the last album.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just have nothing left.
I know.
But today we're thinking, because when Hotel California came out, the Royal Scam came out. So I would love to listen to that album in one sitting and record it.
Yes.
Because we know all the songs
That's what
literally
we're
by
thinking
heart.
for next month.
Yeah.
Maybe. Jim says, bravo, been with you since the beginning. Mackie says we're both 26. I agree.
Together.
I don't, yeah. 13 and 13. That's it. Eric Meredith says he was with us when 11,000 subscribers. So happy I found you. We're so happy to have you, Eric. We're so grateful to you.
Such good variety
friend.
of music. I mean, with Eric, always. Always. Like a little bit of prog, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of metal.
Yeah.
So good. I mean, with all you guys,
Yes.
So, what's oodles?
Oodles is like a bunch.
Oh.
Like oodles. It's like, oh, I love this song, Oodles. Oodles and noodles. Light Mane. Okay, good. So I am very grateful that you're asking. I recently, actually a week ago yesterday, went to see this woman near me. If you live in the Denver area and suffer from any kind of pain, let me know. And I'll give you her information. But needless to say, it's been the week without pain in my lower back since I can remember. Like, that was the part that she worked on, was my lower back, because that was the one to get just when I would be in bed without being able to move, like a month ago or I think like a month ago, I couldn't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to walk her to the bathroom.
It was really bad. It was really bad for like 4 or 5 days. And then like up until like day 10 or 11 when I finally was like, okay, it's gone, So I told her about that, and that's the area that she worked on. Amazing, amazing work, because it's a lot of different things and techniques, but bottom line is I have never in the last probably decade gone a day without lower back pain, except for this full week. Now 8 days. So it's even like, I even hesitated to say anything. And when I went to see my dad the other day, I said it, and I was like, it's official now. Like, I feel like it's official. It's been a week.
You thought it was just, because I remember when you came home and you were like,
yes.
Well, let's see how it's tomorrow, and then the day after.
Yes.
And I was like, I guess because when you would come back from the chiropractor,
I was okay.
You would be okay for a night.
Yep.
And that's it. And then the day. But this, and you want to share what this is called, or you want to keep it?
Well, if you guys are interested, let me know and I'll write it, because I can't even say that I'm a professional. And actually Lee and Mike recommended her. So it's all how amazing the universe works, because thanks to the channel, basically, Thanks to meeting Lee and Mike when we did our meet and greet. Thanks to the fact that they went, I was able to like get in touch with this woman. So I'm very, very grateful. If you like want her information or her website or whatever, just let me know. But yeah, it really is amazing news, and I recommend her to anyone.
And it's not like any kind of medication. It's literally physical.
Yes, and it's like Nick said, there's never been anything that's given me lasting. So if I go get a massage, oh my gosh, I'm so relaxed. I feel great. Like, but by that night or next morning, I still wake up like sore. You know, right now I still have pain in my neck and shoulders, like pretty bad, and upper back. But I believe that what was hindering me the most from doing more things was the lower back. I couldn't sit or stand for long periods of time. Anything, just immediately I needed to stretch my back, and now look, we've been here, I'm totally fine. My shoulders are hurting a little bit.
Yeah, we did Made in Japan, and I was like, how were you able to sit through? Like, even I was like, oh, at the end. But I don't have back pain ever, so when I have it, I'm very, very like, oh God, the world's gonna end. Yeah. So I don't even know how you like do it sometimes. It's just crazy. You learn to live in pain, and a lot of you, I'm sure, understand how that is, because if you live with pain, any kind of pain, whether it's joint pain, migraine, headache, toothache, you know, whatever it is, you know that it's like you're living life at a certain percentage, I feel like, and then the rest is just kind of like trying to swallow. I've had a lot of tooth pain in my life, but I don't know why, you know. It's just like one of those things. You're so lucky. Like, she has the best teeth I've ever seen in my life. You had like what, one cavity since I've known you in your
last summer? Yeah. Your first one ever? Pretty bad. Yeah. That's crazy. I had two. I have to be honest. I had two that same that's visit. Crazy to say in your entire life. But the first time I've ever had, not in my entire life, I think my dad can say, I remember when I was about 5 or something, his friend who was a dentist took out all my teeth. But those were the milk on the front, the milk ones, and I remember that was pretty traumatic. But it was because I had so many cavities, and they were just like, just take them. You know, I think, I don't know. Maybe that's how I remember. That's how maybe you got like so good with your teeth. Yes, yes, yes. So yes, thank you everyone for your well wishes. Thank you guys so much for caring about my back, and Raider is correct about this, leads to addiction in a lot of people. Absolutely. I was obviously prescribed pain medications that sometimes I would take, but definitely not how they were prescribed for me to take, how it would have been comfortable to take, because but you don't I know I don't want to live addicted and in pain. I'd rather just be in pain without an addiction, you know? So I was very well aware of that, and from the years working in criminal justice, you know, that can also lead to like other things, and yeah. I'm like here with the button. I'm like, so 42. I don't think it's gonna move up, but it's also we didn't announce to anyone, so I get it. You know, I think. Oh yeah. Stem cell activation. That was gonna be my that next was like the stop. That was literally like the last. That was we talked about that, and we're like, in Mexico, we'll save up, like you know, that was the next. And you can still do it. I mean, you know, I hear it's not, I guess, legal or something. Yeah. But yeah, why not? Right? Yeah. And there's this amazing thing now that we're talking about teeth and stuff. So they're inventing. I'm sure Mario knows about this. They're coming up with these trials to regrow teeth. Oh wow. That's amazing. That's literally like magic, but it's happening. They say by 2030, people will be able to regrow teeth. That's amazing. With a supplement that we don't have, but I mean, like hair grows, you know, bone. I mean, I guess it doesn't regrow, but they can create it artificially. I saw that. But this is not artificial. The teeth, they're real teeth. Right, but they can create them outside of your body, right? Well, yeah, but they want to stop this whole like, you know, implants. It's gonna be coming out of your flesh and bone, the teeth. Wow. With these trials. That's amazing. That's crazy. Yeah, I told my mom, and she was like, "Oh my god," you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. So people in the future will be, you know, it's gonna be a lot less.
toothless people
Yeah.
because it's very expensive, you know.
It is very
Here.
expensive, and it's very important to take care of your teeth because your teeth lead to nerves and different other things. And yeah.
49.
49.
Oh yeah, he says that
Oh,
sounds like science fiction. Yes, I know. Look it up on Google. Like I'm not lying.
Yeah. David, I'm so sorry to hear about this. I can imagine the pain that you're in. I know that this woman uses a method that is used internationally. So if you want information, I can send you information. And yeah, I think that, you know, vouching for myself and for our friend Lee and Mike,
Yeah.
who have gone to her, who are also in significant less pain. Since then, I just want to say, if you want any information on it, let me know and I can send that to you. 47 in the house now.
There were 49 and then they dropped.
That's why I'm like, how?
I think
like,
sometimes, you know, YouTube also lags and there's like maybe 55 and it doesn't really show, and then
Yeah.
there's 43 and it's like fluctuates,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you guys, you know, want, then
We're
we'll
at
just,
the hour mark.
Yeah,
I
I think
feel
we
like
should.
it's time.
I think it's time to show this beaut.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, next stop 1 million or what?
Yes. Let's
Or
do
at
it.
least 250. Just take it easy. No, but also we are thinking of making a channel just in Spanish
Oh,
to
yes.
upload our Spanish content, but
Mhm.
we'll still upload it on the English channel because it's a lot of great music. Yes,
Mhm.
maybe, you know, there's a language barrier, but I think the music is fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, just South America is very, very passionate about their music, and I
Yes.
think it's just a good idea.
And we'll also be
Because-
posting maybe lives in Spanish. Just, we feel like,
Why not if you speak the language?
right, exactly. And just different thing, basically like maybe the same types of things that we do here, over there, and kind of
Mhm.
explore that idea. But you guys will be seeing that. We'll still be posting videos in Spanish on the English
Totally.
channel with
Yes,
subtitles like
of
we've been,
course.
because you guys enjoy that. You guys have told us you discover music in a different language, and
It's
we like
amazing
sharing
stuff
that,
that
too.
we've been listening to, like this, especially out of Argentina and
Mhm.
Chile. It's just amazing what
Yes.
these guys like were doing at the
Yes.
same time in the
Mhm.
70s. They have
Mhm.
amazing prog
oh yeah,
and amazing jazz. I mean,
yes,
just the whole Latin jazz
Mhm.
is just like holy moly. you know?
yes, yes.
So
and
why
like
not-
Raider Fan says, they always get a ton of views.
Yes.
You know, like,
I mean,
sorry
they're
to
little-
say,
yeah, they
but
get so many views.
they
It's,
definitely beat you guys. Just kidding. But it's true. It's true. And yes, and it's very good music. It's not like, and it's awesome that we understand the language, we're understanding the culture, we're understanding historical events that occurred in countries that we, you know, weren't aware of. So it's
yeah.
pretty
Mexico
cool.
is very, very similar to the States.
Mhm.
So when we listen to other stuff in South America, it's so different.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a totally different.
Like John Moore says, South America has a very high IQ for progressive music. This is true.
Oh, yeah.
I remember a lot of people like,
If you listen to Ceru Giran, this is a band by Charlie Garcia, and it has the bass player that Pat Metheny hired for
Mhm.
like 20 years.
yeah,
Pedro Aznar. So yeah, those guys, they had their progressive rock bands, and imagine to get hired
Yes.
by Pat Metheny, you know,
yes.
because of your band. So yeah, there's a lot of
There's a
prog
lot
and
of-
a lot of jazz.
A lot of talent,
From
you guys. So
South America.
take the leap, listen to the Spanish videos. Anyone you click on is going to be really good. Like, there's no miss. There's only
no-
hit.
Yeah, and there's
You know, like,
and
it's
also we
only
don't listen
hit.
to anything that's like
Yeah,
like this, you know, this what's very in fashion right now, this reggaeton
yes.
stuff. We don't do that on this channel.
Exactly.
So basically, if it's on the channel, you're gonna like it because it's
Yes.
your time, your
Right.
era,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. So, BMAX says we have to do German as well.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, there's some like, yeah, there's like Passport. They're amazing.
Yes.
And
Passport is very
the
good.
Scorpions are amazing rock band.
Mhm.
I mean, their 70s stuff. The 80s stuff, it's okay, but nothing like you've seen the 70s stuff. How
Yeah.
amazing they were.
Yeah.
But and then I don't really know that much German music, to be honest. Kraftwerk
Mm-hmm.
and but that's it.
Yeah, I don't know much.
But they're
either.
good. They're good. I mean, in classical music, they're the masters.
Mhm.
Let's get that out of the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
right? I mean, Beethoven,
Mhm.
excuse me, or Bach, and then Mozart was
Yeah.
German speaking from Austria, so we have a lot of good German classical
Mhm.
music.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We should do some more classical music.
We
We've
should.
only done like one or twice.
I know. That's so true. So Mackie is leaving. Thank you so much, Mackie. We're losing people by the second.
Let's do the button then.
Thank you. Woohoo! Okay, let's do it. And let me put this up. 100,000. Let's see it, baby.
All right. Okay. So
Okay.
you do the honors.
Me?
Yes.
Oh my
of
gosh.
course.
Okay.
So I'll just help you
Okay.
cut this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, people, here we go. Woo, it's happening.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and it's got a
Okay,
little
it's
flap
over.
here.
And then
Oh gosh. Surprise.
it's empty. No, I'm
There's nothing here. Okay, ready?
yes.
Are you ready? Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Can you see that? Oh, it says
It says NicknLex.
It says presented to NicknLex for passing 100,000 subscribers.
Woo!
Wow, look at this.
It's amazing. That is amazing. Woo!
Let's see. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh man.
So good. And look, there's a nice thick piece of paper in here.
Oh wow.
But let me just really quickly see
Yeah,
this. I'm
this
going
is-
to touch it since there's plastic on it. I can
Yeah.
touch it,
Which is
which is very
I
nice.
know I will take it off, don't worry.
Presented to NicknLex for passing 100,000 subscribers. Oh, brother.
Wow, it's actually thicker than I thought.
Let me see.
Look at this, guys. Wow.
Oh, I love it.
Look at this.
Yes!
Oh.
Amazing! Ah, Frank!
Okay, oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Frank!
There
Thank
you
you! Woo!
Yeah, you see it. What's this here? Oh, it's like a bubble. And so it has
Yeah,
energy.
and so this, guys,
it's
is
beautiful.
like, this is sunken in. So
Mhm.
just in case you didn't know that, this is sunken in, and then this little play button is kind of out, you know? So, smells good.
Let me see.
It smells like new.
Oh my god, it does smell.
Right?
It smells like a new book.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this letter.
Yes.
Yeah? It says,
Can you show it to?
so here's the letter.
Wow.
And then
who signed it?
It says, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th subscriber, or your 1,000th subscriber? Just
Yes.
like we were talking about. Chances are you do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000 subscriber?
Oh
Right?
my god.
Yeah, this is very well written.
Wow.
Yours sincerely, Neil Mohan, YouTube CEO. This is
Wow.
a very nicely written letter. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I never thought I was going to say thank you, YouTube.
I know, thank you, YouTube.
But thank you for the platform.
Yes, thank you for the platform. Thank you for, yeah, of course. Thanks to YouTube, we met all of you. So we're very
that's
grateful.
what I think. This is what I'm mostly I'm mostly thankful for. The community. You know,
me too.
Because without you guys, this wouldn't be what it is. It wouldn't be fun. I love creating positive content. You know, there's a lot of negativity on this planet, you know, and in society, and I would hate to have a channel that just talks about
thrives on that.
bad news or, you know, like, you know what I mean, no? Like
I totally agree, and I say that often
because there's a lot of negative channels, you know,
yeah.
that just focus on the bad things and or all the news or just like stuff that's kind of harder to talk about. So we are really blessed to have a channel that literally focuses on music and you know, and then we're and oh my god, I was gonna fall off.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, I took that way better than I thought.
You thought you were gonna shed some.
Yeah. But no, I'm in control.
You're in control.
Yeah. Maybe once the camera's off.
We're very
No. I'm just very happy and I'm very grateful, and this is just, you know, one step, and we're off to the next one.
I know.
And I mean, I'm so proud of Alexia, my wonderful wife. Thank you so much for all the support and all the hours and days and years and months and weeks. You know, you've been helping me. And because I've always told her, like even before we had the channel, I always said, I wish we had a YouTube channel, you know, because we're very like wacky and kind of like funny when we're like just together. And I always thought it would be a good idea to show that, you know, and we are very random. I think in the videos we're a little bit more.
Of course, we hold back, which we shouldn't, but we do.
A lot of people know how crazy we actually are.
And sometimes it comes out in the videos.
It's just like random, but and I was like, I think that would be fun to show. And why don't we do a YouTube channel? But it was always just such a dream.
Yes,
you know?
and remember, I was remembering when we moved to this apartment complex, which is longer ago than I'd like to admit. The woman giving us the tour, her name was Nina, and she was just so sweet. She was adorable.
Yeah. And she said
she was like, "You guys are hilarious, man. Honestly, you guys should have like a YouTube channel."
Yes.
Remember that?
If she could see this,
I know.
But she doesn't work here anymore, so I'm so bummed because I would love to show her this.
I would love to show her that too. Yeah.
And I had seen a button like this, but I don't know. Was it that business I was going to work at? It was a software company. And they had because they would sell apps online, so they had 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's amazing, you know. And I'm never gonna like have this in my life. Yeah. And it's just amazing to have it. It's really, really cool. Thank you so much.
Well, and thank you for all your hard work that you do every day for the channel, you know, and I know I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you
and
so
we
much.
wouldn't have
I do it with a lot of
gotten here without you.
Yeah, so. With all my, you know, with my memory loss and with my famous nickisms, you know, it's just, I guess it's part of the channel, you know.
Yes.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I love about us, that we're like we're just us, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you meet us in real life, I mean, Frank knows it, Lee knows it, Graybeard. We are just like we're the same people, you know, and that's who we are on camera.
Exactly.
And I think people like that, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of channels, and they're a little bit like overreact, like over the top.
Overact.
And I wouldn't want to do that because I just want to be the real one, you know.
Absolutely. I agree.
I love that we got this button because we found out today that you can buy this button.
Well, you can buy
a fake one.
On eBay or Etsy.
And then I was like, why would anybody do that to take away that acolyte, you know, in your life? Like
Yeah.
Why? And then I also saw that you buy subscribers, right? And I was like, that is insane.
That is something that I'm very proud that we never did.
Yes.
We got to 100,000. It took us a few years.
Yes.
Not a few months. Because
there's channels who have 100,000 subscribers a week after they start. And I was always like, wow.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they do.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's some very nice comments here that I want to read. We have here John Moore. Dang, congratulations. You deserve it. Sandra, felicitaciones, se lo merecen, los queremos, muchísimas gracias a nuestro público de Argentina, de Chile, de México, de donde sea que nos estén viendo, de habla hispana. Muchísimas gracias por su apoyo, los queremos mucho y claro que va a venir el canal en español. Esperen un momento, por favor, porque requiere un nuevo logo y estas cositas, entonces estamos trabajando en ello, pero muchísimas gracias por todo su apoyo, de verdad. A Carlos también, felicitaciones. Monster Sound, my dad said he can't wait to see it in person.
It's nice and heavy, right?
It is nice and heavy, yeah. Raider's saying, we make all of you feel better every day. That is very sweet, and that's exactly what I love to hear. Much love, Raider. Thank you very much. And no, they don't get one at 500,000. It's 1 million would be the next milestone. Yeah. So it's gold at 1 million and then diamond.
I think if we make our own music and we start to compose and we start to play more and do our original content and do our own progressive rock, we will get to 1 million.
Yes. Yes.
And I said it right here in this video. We'll see it will happen.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you, Scott. I think he left. So good night to Scott. Thank you, David, for all of your love. You guys are amazing. Lightning, this is so true. And this is how we feel with a lot of you, that you feel you know us both as friends, but we've never met. And
I know.
If we would be in the same room right now, we would have the same conversation.
But you know what? Yes, I wanted to say to Lightman, like when we met Lee, that was our Graybeard, you know, or Frank. We were like, hey, like it was literally like we already know you. I guess we've never physically touched or like held hands or anything, but it's literally like the connection is already there. So that's what I love about this. That it is, once you meet, I mean, if we would meet most of you, it would be literally instant, like, hey, we could all hang out, you know, in like a beer tent or something.
Yeah. Oh, man.
In Munich at the Oktoberfest.
Yes, let's do it. And I agree with this, Raider. I feel like the community is a blessing.
I mean, I'm sure they have met also friends together, right? I mean, you guys talk amongst each other. And I love that, you know, when I see comments bouncing back and forth and people are like, well, I didn't know about this, you know, and I didn't know that band, and that was a nice marathon. Thank you. That is my bread and butter. When people connect, you know.
People have written the most amazing and heartwarming comments to the likes of, you know, like I've been down, but you guys have really helped me get up every day in the morning, or you know, I look forward to your videos after a long day at work. I used to listen to this song with my wife, rest her soul. You know, just like reading these things and knowing that these people are writing them on a keyboard or on a keypad to two people that, hey, maybe they'll never read this comment, but we do. And remember when we had, I don't remember if it was when we had 15,000.
And they said you won't read comments anymore.
Yes.
When you reach 30 or 40.
30, yeah. The comment specifically said, you guys might still be reading comments now, but once you get to 30, you won't anymore. And I made it my personal mission to, even back then, I'm like, of course we will, of course. Yeah. Even now at 100, I can't say I read every single one, but I read 97%.
Yeah, you read the good ones because you can, honestly, you can spot a bad comment a mile away and it still happens. There's a lot of bad comments. But, you know, that's just how it is. You know, you put yourself on the internet and it just happens. And it's with everything. It's not just YouTubers, anyone. who puts himself out there, it's, you know, you will get some negativity. It's just
Yes.
a part of life.
Of course.
But you grow like a thicker skin, and you don't take everything personal.
Exactly.
Because if you do, then
yes. And if you just focus on the good, it's like there's always going to be bad, and
it doesn't
without darkness, there is no light. You
right.
know,
yeah,
so
totally.
without the bad, we wouldn't even know what good is, because it would all be good, and
Yeah,
there would just be light everywhere, which would be great.
Which would be nice, but I mean, that's how it is. You know,
Yeah.
that's how it works. That's
Exactly,
how it works.
exactly. And I feel like you guys are just amazing. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, James. Very sweet words. You guys are awesome. And
100 million.
oh my God! What?
So actually, the views we have
views.
200. No, we have 20
something.
23 million views in total.
Yeah,
which is pretty amazing.
it's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's that's something that a lot of the channels go by, is the amount of channel views.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think is how you can tell, not to like throw anyone under the bus, but like sometimes that's how you can tell if a channel has purchased subscribers, if it has very low amount of views and high amount of subscribers, you know?
Yeah.
Because
it
it's
makes
like,
sense.
yeah, who is watching it if not these 500 million?
What Frank said, let there be light.
Let there be light. Let there be rock.
Yes, ACDC, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ignore the darkness and head for the light.
Totally.
That's right.
I've really worked on this a lot, and I'm much more positive, because I really would take it like it was really tough to swallow, you know, these negative comments. And now I'm just like...
It's definitely a lesson in like what you're going to let in. Just like David says, what you're going to let in that day. Are you going to let in...
You've helped me a lot with that.
Well,
she sends me like every day at least 1 or 2 comments that are so nice that I'm almost like in tears, and that's all I focus on. You know, you make my day with those comments.
That's nice.
So.
Thank you. Look, even Monster Sound says, I still hope Nick rejects the comments with greater ease.
Yeah, thank you.
So make it easier to reject them, because those people, they're not talking to you. They're talking to themselves, and they have a problem with themselves. It's a mirror.
It's a mirror.
And it's really easy when you think about it that way, that, you know, this person is talking to himself, you know? So, yeah, and even if you don't see it that way, it's just, why would I give my time out of my day to this person instead of these other 25 people who decided to write something nice? I'd rather focus and reply to them than focus and reply to the other ones. So, see? Lightning, you're one of the most authentic guys that I've seen on YouTube. Love you so much. Lightning. Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's really been a wonderful blessing. We're grateful. We look ahead at the future and what else is coming, and
yeah, I'm so proud of you. Aren't you so proud of Alexia and her like great talent for music? She's so, and I mean, just the way she, it's so funny because before the channel, she has always been a music lover. She's always been into jazz. She's always been into great rock and roll and Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. That's why we connected, you know. But she was not, I guess, ready yet for this progressive stuff and heavy metal and, you know, all this like more advanced stuff. And now she's just like, you know, you really know so much about music. It's crazy.
I feel it. I really, really do. Like, especially when we listen to things like Dream Theater and...
You get all the different time signatures. I mean, and... yeah, it's like really, you've really got like a musical education.
I really did. Really cool. I really feel like I did.
So wonderful.
Yes.
From you guys, you know that because you're the ones who are suggesting all this gold, you know, that was just hidden. It was so weird because before the channel, we were just kind of like listening to random stuff, right? Like, we were kind of like stuck.
We were stuck in our little playlist of the mixtape songs.
Yes,
which
pretty
we
much
have
so.
not.
We still have to do it. We're gonna. I promise you, Frank, we will do a mixtape.
Video number 3.
But the hardest
Which one would be
I
the
think,
next Weird Fishes?
I think
That's where we're stuck.
the two hardest ones are out of the way, which was Year of the Cat, was just
Weird Fishes is gonna be pretty hard.
Oh yeah, that's
the next one.
yeah, that's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah.
Because every song means something very difficult that we went through, and that was the song at the time that we associated with, I guess. Right? I mean, that's why we made the tape. But, like, for example, well, we've talked about this. I don't want to bore you, but, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I would love to stay. Oh my God, supper's ready. Somebody talked about supper's ready.
Proud of your progress and openness to different music, like supper's ready.
That
now we listen to supper's ready like it's no problem.
Now we put supper's ready like for breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, just like
breakfast and supper.
4th or 5th, you know, it's just like it's so we understand.
You guys are so sweet in these comments. They're thanking my dad and saying how good he is at raising kids. That is so sweet.
Yes,
thank you guys so much, Eric. I can see your comments. Yeah, I can see them. And let's see. Oh, Stanley Clark's School Days for a bass album.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Is the man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, this is a beautiful comment. This one, Mario is Olympic level when it comes to making daughters. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a nice. Look who's here! Oh my God.
The angel. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Bring
That's just him saying hi, literally. You would never hurt a soul. Everybody that knows Marley personal knows that he's like the
he's the cuddliest little angel there.
But I mean those sounds he makes are just part of the package, you know.
Yes, yes they are. We're very happy that Marmar came to say hello.
There's
Kevin says 1111. It's a twin flame connection from Kevin 1111. The Rush Rabbit Hole is where I found you guys. Thank you, Kevin. We're so grateful for you.
And what a rabbit hole! And there's so much to listen to by Rush.
Yes, I know.
Like all the 80s stuff we haven't even touched.
I know.
And then the 90s stuff, and then the 2000s stuff, and it just goes on.
So much. Look, this is all he wanted.
Yeah.
This is what he does. This is how he sits. When we're doing reactions, this is what he's doing. This is all he wanted. He just scratched and begged to get here.
Yep.
The best seat in the house, I guess.
And he will stay there for 4 hours.
He'll stay, and he's like not even a bother here.
Yeah, he's a very what do you call that?
Lapdog. Literally. My dad's asking if we remember dinner is served.
Yes.
When my dad first heard Supper's Ready, he's like, "Oh, I heard that Genesis song. It was amazing. Dinner is served." And we're like, "What?" Supper's ready, and then one time you said it.
Yeah,
dinner is served, and
because
I'm like,
supper's ready. I mean, you don't say supper here.
Supper's not a very commonly used word for us. A lot of kids.
Supper.
And yeah, they use it, but.
And then it's served is even a more like. Like served instead of just ready is even a better word. Like dinner is served is very courteous. Proper. Yeah. And supper's ready is like, supper. Yes. So I can see the mix up here.
I know, it's wonderful. So oh, my dad, thanks Raider for the heartfelt comment. I appreciate it. Oh, that exposure. Yes, this is true.
Yes, it is. Yes, this is. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been amazing to have this musical journey of discovery with all of you. So
Roundabout. Did you just?
Roundabout just joined. Yes, absolutely. Nobody deserves 100K more than you guys.
You didn't see the
We're gonna pop it out again.
Yeah.
For Roundabout. Roundabout, if you missed it, here
I
it
mean,
is.
you can still see
The letter that we got from YouTube, we actually read it earlier.
Yeah.
You should listen to what
We
it
never
says.
read letters, but this one, yes.
We always read letters.
No, I mean out loud.
Okay. Oh yeah. Here's the YouTube button. Woo!
It's
again.
literally bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to
here's
be
my
like...
face and here's the button.
It's very, very big.
For
The
size
button.
comparison. My head is big?
No.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Back in the box. What's in the box? Yeah.
Oh, God. What's in the box?
You guys are amazing. You guys are very, very sweet. I think it's maybe time to call it a night, I would say. Get in some good... We've been watching a new show, you guys. We talked about this, but it's called Spartacus. And we're very,
very violent.
very into this show right now.
It's very dramatic. It's a lot of, obviously, Spartacus, you know, if you know Stanley Kubrick's version, but this is a show, and it's pretty much about gladiators, and it's very violent, and but it's very entertaining, you know.
B-Mac, did you say it's 1:30 p.m. where you are?
Oh, but B-Mac travels a lot.
Oh, where in the world are you? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Wow, where are you?
Was it
Germany?
Carmen San Diego or Carmen Santiago?
Santiago.
Was it Santiago?
Wait a minute. That's a good question.
Oh, he corrected himself and said 10:30. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, yeah, so Eastern.
It's Eastern,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, wow.
Goodness.
So Raider is leaving. Yeah, I guess we're going to wrap it up too. Narvik.
Yes.
If you someday travel to Germany, I recommend you visit Rhein in Flammen, in Bonn. Okay.
They invite famous bands and artists. Ooh, that's cool.
Nice.
Eric, we see you. We see you and we hear you, dear
We hear
friend.
you loud and clear.
I've highlighted a few of your comments. I don't know if you can see them or not. Maybe you have the comment thing disabled, although I think that's on our end. But thank you for being here, for your love and support. We love you. We're very thankful for you.
And Narvik, oh my God, that marathon you requested. Oh.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
I played it to Alexia. Amazing. Amazing.
So
it's a
good.
surprise for everybody else, you know what I'm talking
I was
about.
about to say it.
But yeah, I think I'll release it tomorrow because I guess today is already too late. But
yeah. Oh, Jim X says he loves the show Spartacus. Everyone...
It started pretty weird.
It's really bad.
The first two episodes were kind of... No, the first episode, you were already ready to abandon ship.
Because Nick told me the first 3 episodes are cheesy and bad. We just have to power through. They're an hour each. So 15 minutes into the first episode, I'm like, I don't know about this. This is really bad. Like, this is really, really bad. Can we watch it previously and just like click through?
And then just give it give it 15 more minutes, and then we're over. And then I think the second episode was already a little bit better.
It was halfway through the first. It's already better. Like you just have to like power through.
Oh, Sweet Tooth, yeah.
Sweet Tooth. I haven't seen Sweet Tooth. Thank you, Michael. Yes, we're gonna bail as well. Thank you guys so much. Monster Sound, thank you for everything you've done for us. You guys are amazing. Raider Fan, BMAC, Eric Meredith, everyone who's here, I just want to say we love you guys. If you're watching this later, we love you. Thank you for all of your love and support. We're very grateful, and we're so happy for what lies ahead. Thank you guys so much.
Guys.
Do you want to say any final words?
No. I think I've said it all. Thank you so much, all you guys. You know who you are. We love you, and I guess we'll see you in the next live. I hope we can do more, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm hoping that now that S Powers mentioned this, Nick got a new phone unexpectedly. It's a hilarious story there, but there's a feature on the phone where we can record. And then you can see us. Yes. So it's like dual cam. Yes. So I think that is so cool. And hopefully for the 4th of July on our Blues Traveler show, we can show you a little bit of Red Rock show. We went live, I think, when we did Brit Floyd.
Yes.
But you guys might get to see some fireworks from the 4th of July from Red Rocks.
With Blues Traveler, with
Blues
the guy with the
Traveler.
harmonica playing.
So look forward to that. Michelle is sadly not here. We've heard from her. We check up on her.
Yes.
But she's going through some heavy times. So just let's all send her our love, and that's all. That's all she wants. She doesn't want anything else but your love and light and good wishes. So good night to everyone. Good night to everyone who's here. We hope you're having a wonderful night, and we hope to see you all in the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.